I went to Japan to get inspiration for my video game, and my game is very much inspired by Spirited Away. I spent a lot of my time on my game's UI because UI is everything to a player. It allows you to interact with items, interact with NPCs, allow you to buy stuff, do quests, keep track of what you're doing. It's so important to a game. That's why I spent so much time on it. So during my trip to Japan, I went to the Tokyo National Museum and I saw these pictures of really old but beautiful and elegant drawings. They're called Ukiyo-e, which means pictures of the floating world. They're prints that are known for their vivid colors, bold line works, and depictions of everyday life, particularly scenes from the Kabuki theater, sumo wrestling, and entertainment districts of Edo. But in this museum, I saw pictures depicting landscapes and seasonal themes. I've seen the famous Great Wave picture that's plastered around all of Japan, but I've never seen the other side of nature. That's the more delicate side. And looking at these old pictures, it felt very minimalistic and only showed what was most important. So I took that idea, asked my artist to draw in an Ukiyo-e style. There were a lot of iterations. The first one was before I even took a trip to Japan. So this design didn't have any inspiration at all, and I just took inspiration from another game's UI. Notice how it feels very much like a typical RPG inventory. It displays items, money, descriptions, and has the basic necessities of a good UI, but it really felt like it lacked a Japanese theme to it. It has hints like a paintbrush stroke, but that's all there is to it. Things changed when I went to Japan though. Now this is after my trip to Japan. This is the second iteration. The UI changed dramatically, and we tried to copy that Ukiyo-e style more. You can see it's not quite there yet. This UI feels too black and white. It doesn't feel traditional enough. Having the koi fish there does feel like it's Japanese, but it feels more like a knockoff copy than the traditional ukiyo-e style I've seen in the museum. There's one key feature that I notice in these styles is that they all highlight one key element. It could be a branch, a bird, a rabbit, mountains, and they highlight those. But in our style, in our drawing, we didn't highlight that well. Our koi fish isn't highlighted, and it doesn't seem like it's popping out. It's clashing with the UI too much. I could tell that my artist was having a very difficult time recreating a style that she was very unfamiliar with. But I knew what I wanted and had a very clear vision on how the art would be. So I gave her more references to look at that depicted the delicate nature's seasonal beauty. I told her, let's just illustrate a picture instead of thinking about the UI. It would be a lot easier to mold an illustration than to cram everything and think about the UI in one go. And this is what she came up with. It's exactly what I wanted. It's very minimalistic and it shows the bird's natural state as it perches on a branch. Adding the UI is a lot easier now. Nothing felt clashing and the UI feels like it's a part of this traditional look. So far, this design has passed my benchmark. Now to really make it feel more Japanese, I've decided to code a fade out effect, like ink spreading across an old paper. Shogun did this. It's pretty much a Japanese TV series about the political war of the state of Japan. Everything is culturally accurate and won awards for this. So I looked at the trailer and this is the ink spreading across an old paper I'm talking about. It looks really nice. So that's what I did in my game and the result was fantastic. This UI feels extremely Japanese and it very much incorporates the inspiration I got from the museum I visited. Because it's so minimalistic, I'm able to do simple animations to make the perching bird feel more alive in each state of the UI. There's more focus towards the bird and depicting the bird's natural state comes so naturally when you scroll through the UI. It's very fun to transition from one state to another, and I put a lot of time in making sure that the ink spreading effect was backwards compatible, meaning the animation doesn't just start all over when you click on your inventory or your quest. You can interrupt it at midway and it'll still continue to animate through without it being so ugly looking. I put a lot of effort into this UI, and this probably took like 4 months to do. It took this long because there's so much thought in designing this. Planning, throwing drafts away, redesigning, and getting inspiration to make something entirely new. I'm putting a lot of effort into this game, a lot of thought, and making sure every aspect of this game has that Japanese element to it. So, if you're interested in A Journey's End, wishlist the game, join Discord, and follow the Kickstarter.